Alright, today what we're going to do is work on the fine side of the meat tenderizer head using the 60-degree fly cutter, and we are going to have a stick out of roughly 1/2 of an inch on the block from the vise tap down. This block is now 1.812 by 1.812, and if we look over at this drawing, we are going to end up with 1/16 by 1/16 flats if the math works out. The key to this is that at the beginning here we have a drop that says very important of 0.156, and then the gap between each. Alright, so we're going to do right here a Z height bonus, and this is going to be a little easier than trying to aim this edge right at this edge. So what we have on our fly cutter here is we know the distance from the bottom of the cutter to the sharp, and that is 225 thousandths. So what we're going to do is first bring the table, we're going to have it traveling up, and we are going to set to a 0 point, whether you could set it manually. The handle is coming down, so we're set to 0. Now we are going to do something where we unlock the quill, come over, bring it down until we just touch the surface. Perfect. Now we're going to go back and out, and we are going to go up 100, 200, 25 thousandths. We're going to re-zero, and we know that now the cutter bit, we're going to remove the handle so it's stressed right at 0 now, and we know that this is exactly now, this sharp, if we were to come along and give it a cut, will be right at the point of the top of the surface. So the point is dead on with the top. And this is how we want to set the Z from now on. Everything will be perfect. Again, moving up from the first dimension, on this, on the fine side, it's going to be 156. So there's 156, and we're ready to make the cut. Perfect. Going to establish a cut depth, and if we look here, we're going to go down just a little bit, and we're going to kick this down until we just get a scratched line, and we see that we got it just a little bit of a scratch. You can actually hear it. We've established a scratch. It's a little hard to see, and we look up here at our X here. On our X, we're going to set this to 0, and now we are going to back out, and we are going to set that to 0.162. That's the depth of cut, 0.162, and then reset to 0. From there, we're going to set our depth back to the 0 line. So we're going to drop through, come up, so we get the tension out, right to 0. And then with the first pass, we're going to go 0.156, so 100 around, 56, 56, and then re-rotate this to 0, so the math is easier for us. Once we rotate that to 0, then we can go 1/4 inch from there. Now I'll set up our shield. Set up our shield here, because we're getting a lot of chips. Make sure we wax it. Put some wax on that bit. And we're going to run one cut. Establish that first cut nice and slow, coming towards us. It'll be conventional milling. This apply mill will cut cut it much smoother. And then we're gonna go up 2 turns. We're gonna go 100, 200, 50. Establish the next cut, and all our flats should end up being 16 by 16.